Welcome to Fic Lab, the free library of your favorite fictions, fanfictions, and many more. Make sure to subscribe and be part of our family. Now let's begin. Another day, another dollar, as they say. I thought as I left my dead-end job as a cashier at a gas station. Things get better, at least that's what they say. I walked up to my car, gray and beat up. At least I have a day off tomorrow. I searched for the keys in my pocket, digging through only to feel nothing. You've got to be kidding me. I turned back around. I walked back inside, my manager, Josh, giving me the same scrutinizing look. What are you back in here for? He asked, his voice the same old grouchiness. Back for my keys, you pig. I said, already pissed off by today. I told the woman we were out of bug spray. What the hell do you mean? Can I check in the back? Stupid. The hell did you call me? He yelled as I reached to grab my keys. I heard the door slide open. Sir, I'm not on due. I paused. I wasn't crazy, right? I was staring down the barrel of a gun, a standard Glock 17. I immediately raised my hands in the air, but all I heard was a bang before everything went black. Did I just die? No. This has to be some sort of dream. System initializing. Greetings, Mark Martini. What the hell is this? This has to be some sort of joke. This is no joke. You have been granted sympathies by an unknown entity, and they have given you a second chance to make your life right. Entity? What's even going on? Processing question. You are being given a chance at life, Mark. Will you take it? Yes. And no. I stared at the two options on the bright green screen in front of me. It seemed almost holographic, like I could put my hand through it. This is like one of those stories, right? I'm the chosen one, get a bunch of hot babes, real strong, save the world? Of course. I tapped yes. Processing information, pick one route. A list then appeared in front of me. Before it showed the supposed routes, it showed me something else. Life choices, routes designated based off how you lived life. Philosophies, routes designated based off your philosophical nature and ideals. Evolution, routes granted based off evolutionary standpoints. Choices, routes granted based off the choices you make in your next life. Destined routes, routes that were meant to be. I stared at the list, rubbing my chin as I tapped destined routes. Gathering route choices, route of greed, coin is your life and all you want is more. You have a sly personality and a silver tongue, able to get away with most things. Route of the world breaker. Existence itself rejects you. Your powers are immense, but using them caused your soul and mind to become unstable. Route of sin. You are vile, a terrible person. However, what does all that matter when you have all the power at your fingertips? Route of darkness. You are hated by all, and only those of the dark will accept you as you are. The darkness is at your fingertips. That's all? These are all very vague. I stared at the list, checking to see if I could go back, but I couldn't. I sighed, covering my face as I examined the options. I don't want to live my life like a pig. So greed is off the table, but the rest sounds bad. I rubbed my chin, examining the display with rigor. I guess world breaker. How bad could it be? I tapped the route of the world breaker, the display disappearing. Your soul will be transferred to a random body that has recently passed. Race type, undead. Subrace type, vampire. Then everything went black again, before my eyes snapped open. I gasped for air immediately, but it was hard to breathe. My clothes, well? This body's clothes were disheveled and stained with blood. Is that a fucking knife? I yelled in my mind, looks like a robbery gone wrong, I guess. Gah, this shit hurts. I tried to stand, albeit weakly. What kind of reincarnation is this? I looked down at my hands. They too were covered in blood. I had a darker pigmentation than my previous body. Brown skin. Slowly, I moved through this dark and disgusting alleyway. The knife was still lodged in my chest. Blood amount sufficient. Please remove the object to heal. I looked at the display, its once vibrant green, now a deep red. I narrowed my eyes and took a deep breath, but even that hurt. I grabbed the knife by the handle and yelled, taking out the knife. I gasped for air, falling forward as I felt the wound closing. It felt weird. Strangely enough, it didn't hurt anymore either. I stood up, dusting what I could get off. Suddenly, a sharp pain pierced my skull. What is this? Memories. I saw memories of this body and their life. It was a male by the name of Starblack. A man who ran from home at the age of 14, living off the land by himself. He did some shady stuff, fell into the wrong crowds, and got hooked on drugs by the time he was 18. It was really bad. He tried to overdose before, but it failed. Strapped for cash, he tried to rob somebody, which I assume is what led to this predicament. Then a name flashed to mind. Jade Carmet. It was a woman this guy was supposed to be meeting in a few days. Wonder what it was about? I still took time to gather my bearings. My clothes were a mess, but I still had some little money. Credits, yes, that's what it was. I had 45 credits. That would only be enough to spend a single night at an inn. Well, damn it. This won't be good. I step out of the alleyway, and the new world beholds me. A world filled with steam, iron, gears, machines, and engines. A steampunk world. There were pipes lining buildings, and smiths working hard at their shops as others advertised weapons. I really am in another world. I know my previous life sucked, but this one actually seemed 10 times worse. This guy didn't even have a job. At least I was comfortable in the solace of my own apartment playing video games. I tried to dig through memories about this world and how it worked, but they were fogged, as if intentionally blocked out. Very funny, I said sarcastically as I took off the plain white button-up shirt I had on, revealing my rather slim frame. He looks awfully feminine, I said, feeling long hair reach my waist. I run to the nearest reflective surface, which just so happens to be a puddle on the wet ground. It looked like it rained recently. My eyes were a deep crimson, with the pupils being narrowed like a cat's. A rather feminine face and long black hair. How's this a boy? I looked up at the sky. I couldn't tell if it was smoke or clouds I was looking at. Then I saw a patch of orange. I took a sigh of relief, realizing it was just clouds. All right. Before I meet this Jade woman, I have to plan stuff out. I have no idea what my powers are, how this world works, and all that stuff. Notice, due to you being a vampire, the sunlight is harmful to you. Consider yourself lucky it's cloudy. So direct sunlight hurts? Good to know, I said, heading to an inn. The sign was hanging loosely off a singular metal chain. The name Tormix imprinted on it. I step inside, the place being awfully run down and dilapidated. Ouch, I mumbled, looking around the place. Floorboards were broken, and pieces of furniture were missing. It reeked of alcohol and mildew. This wasn't the best place. Welcome to the inn. Want a room or not? A man with a gruff and rather drunken-sounding voice asked. He had a big nose, fair skin, and seemed to be balding. He was on the bigger side, which didn't surprise me for some reason. He reminded me of my boss. Yeah, one room please, I said, realizing just how tall he was. Given his stature, I was around 5 feet 2 inches. This is terrible. 45 creds, he said, holding out an expectant hand. For this rundown place? That's a ripoff. 10, I said, crossing my arms. Vampiric charm activated. Target is charmed. The man's eyes became glossed over, nodding. Of course. His voice monotone. I wasn't expecting it, but I wasn't complaining. I handed him 10 credits, and he handed me my room key. I grinned, taking it upstairs and heading into my room, which actually looked more clean and well-furnished than downstairs. It had 2 metal pipes sticking through the floor and ceiling. I could feel the heat coming from them. Ahead of me to my right sat a bed, the bedsheets and blanket neatly tucked into the frame. Next to the bed was a small nightstand to the right. It had a lamp and a singular drawer that would seem to resemble the oakwood back on Earth. To the left of the bed, a window stood, giving a not-so-nice view of the city street. After all, this was only the 2nd floor. I just sighed, lying in bed. Hopefully this is just some terrible dream, I said, finally shutting my eyes. 2. Another reincarnation? I stirred the next day to banging on my door. Must have been the guy I convinced to let me stay for 10 credits. I immediately got out of bed, still wearing my trench coat. Hey, open this door. Pay me the rest of my credits. He yelled from the other side. Shit, this wasn't a dream after all. Not happening, nope. I kicked the window out, stepping on the sill and jumping out. Surprisingly, it didn't hurt when I landed. Your boldness and quick thinking are impressive. Choice route, brave acquired. I stared at the display. Okay, what? I asked, walking away from the inn. It was still cloudy out, but I could tell it wasn't going to last that way for long. Notice, you can use an umbrella to shield yourself from the sun. As you grow stronger as a vampire, you'll eventually become immune to sunlight. So my new name in this world is Star Black, huh? I asked myself, heading into a shop. I needed to get myself at least somewhat fitted before I met this jade person. The shop was standard. It wasn't like any modern shops I've seen on Earth, but it wasn't too bad. I began to scan for new trench coats, as that seemed to be the latest fashion sense. Oh! I checked the price tag, rubbing the back of my head before taking the cost. 785 credits. Geez. I grabbed a hat as well, though it wouldn't conceal all of my hair, it'll at least do. I brushed my hair out of my face, walking to the sweater aisle. After a moment of selection, I saw a navy blue turtleneck. Where am I? I asked myself, the price of the turtleneck being 400 credits. I sighed, walking up to the store clerk. Hey, I'd like to buy these. The clerk looked at me with a look of confusion. Sorry, sir, but the store for the poorer people is in the lower city. Would you like to charm the individual? Come on, cut me some slack, please. The clerk's eyes glossed over. Sure, sir. 1 credit. How about for free? I asked, not trying to spend another cent. Wait, I forgot. There is no change in this world, at least in this region.